Hello, hello, hello. We did it. we got to 100. You guys are amazing. Thank you for waiting while we dealt with some Elcon Hubbard. How is everyone doing today? It's so nice to see everyone. It looks like so many people are in the chat. Hi, Becca. And I'm still hearing myself. Hi, Becca. Hi, Juliet. Hi, CJ. Hi, Kid. Hi, Ivy Moon. Who else? I'm like scrolling up trying to see everyone. Hi, Marissa. Who else is in here? Sweet Music Woman. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to see everybody. It's so nice to see everyone. What is the date today? Wow, it's November 29th. This month is honestly flying. It's truly, truly flying. And again, I really don't know if it's because I'm a mom of two or if it's just honestly flying. We're getting into holiday season, which has a lot of, mixed emotions obviously there. And so, oh, hi, Madison. Welcome to the dinner party. Thank you so much for joining the dinner party. It's so nice to see new people in here. So nice. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know if it's because I have two kids or is it just like the year is just flying. I can't believe it's about to be 2024, and obviously the holiday seasons for survivors can be a mixed bag, honestly, when it comes to emotions. And so I want to start this episode just saying you don't have to feel any type of way. How you're feeling currently is totally valid, and you are seen, you are heard, and it's so nice to see you here. So nice to see you here. So obviously we're talking about, I keep calling him Mike Rife. I want to make a bloopers, honestly, of just this year where I got so many individuals' names wrong. I'm going to blame it on my mom brain. But honestly, it's like everyone's a Mike or a Matt. Am I wrong? I feel like everyone's Matt, Mike, Michael, Matthew. I need some new names up in here. It's honestly hilarious. So my bad. And also with Adam, obviously, McIntyre. I'm getting it right here right now. And he really deserves his name to be pronounced properly. Adam is amazing. It was so great to see him streaming Eat Predators. I really appreciate him deeply. It's so wonderful to see, survivors supporting one another. And, that's really what this is all about, is survivors united will never be divided. And what a world that will be. What a world that will be when, there's a lot more of us and them. So good luck, buddies. Good luck. So it's so nice to see everyone. How is everyone doing? What's going on here in the chat? Wait, my boss and my teacher are both named Mike. You know what's so wild, by the way? I feel like for the last few years, I've only been with Michaels. And as a survivor, I had to actually change my husband's name. So my husband's name is Michael. And obviously, you know who is also Michael. And so I gave him a nickname, Miko, which is why now, people know him as Miko. And it's because of my own personal triggers, etc., that I renamed him. I had to rename him because it was too much, and I know a lot of survivors out there could definitely agree. So I was like, can I just call you something new like Miko? And so that's where he got his name, Miko. It's because I'm a survivor of other Michaels, other Mikes. And so, yeah, that's the behind the scenes when it comes to Miko's name. But yeah, so we have an interesting character to cover today. And honestly, I heard about him briefly a little bit, I don't even know when, a year ago, briefly. Did not honestly know who he was. I don't really understand who he is, but let's just say I'm very disappointed in him in general after looking into him a bit. Obviously, he's a TikTok star and had a Netflix special recently, and there was a lot of problematic things there. And honestly, what I realized is it did not begin there. If you go backwards in time, he's been kind of letting everyone know that he's a little bit problematic. Not a little bit, but a lot. So we're going to be getting into it. My husband made a reel of all of his, or a lot of his problematic content, and I'm going to be watching it here with you guys for the first time. So bear with me. Who's this? Darian? Hopefully I get this name right. Darian Curtis, welcome to the dinner party. It's so nice to see you here. It's so nice to see you here. So bear with me. I'm going to be, dealing with this with fresh eyes and giving you these reactions like literally in the moment. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this today. But first and foremost, I begin every episode, obviously, talking about how ePredators is a DIY grassroots movement. And, I've dedicated my life to this. I started over a year ago now, protesting in the streets against institutions that were allegedly covering up SA and alleged Ps as well. And that's where it all began, was every single Thursday I would go out and protest and organize these protests against these institutions. And now it's grown to a YouTube channel. But I do want to remind everyone that this YouTube channel is all about creating community of survivors and allies, and also hopefully getting a greater reach to explain to those out there why I was doing what I was doing for that time and why I'm continuing to do this. And so if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome as a survivor or as a ally. It's so wonderful to see you here. We've come a long way. And I just want to say any way that you're contributing to this activist work really, really matters. Even if it's hitting the like or subscribing or sharing to a friend, you are seen and you're heard. Hi, Seattle Law Nerd. Welcome to the dinner party. Welcome. Oh my God, so many people at the dinner party today. I love it. I love it. Is everyone hungry? I'm a little bit hungry, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, you any way that you're contributing really matters. And so thank you so much for being here. So I do like to start the show with letting people know ways to contribute to the channel and to the movement. I dedicated my whole life to this work. And so, so I begin it with the Patreon. And the Patreon was the first outlet to create community contribution, because we're building this together. And we really need to realize that we can't do this alone. It takes all of us, survivors and allies. And so we updated the Patreon recently, which I'm super excited about. We have a couple of tiers here, the 555. Hi, Seattle. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, you're so sweet. I see you there. Thank you so much. So we start with the first tier of the $5, and that gets you the Discord. Gifted one membership, Veronica. Oh, thank you so much. Wow, it's really holiday season. It truly is holiday season. So we got the Discord, we got membership videos as well, which, by the way, I think the book club or like the Jeanette McCurdy thing that I'm going to get into will only be for the Chef's Kiss. And then the other members' videos will be part of this $5 tier. And then moving on, we have the $11 tier, and that's a live Q&A once a month with me. And I think that's going to be a great way to hear from community. And if you have any questions or, just anything, honestly, as long as it's respectful, and if it is going to be triggering, first, please let me know trigger warning and see if I'm comfortable with, answering the question. But for the most part, I'll be answering the questions, which will be nice to connect with all of you. And then there's a merch discount, which is a 10% discount code. And then we got the playlist, which is basically what we know as of now to be alleged predator free. So I'm looking forward to gifting you guys my playlist, and then also books and films. And it's going to be an access to the ePredators reading list and film recommendations, because so many individuals have honestly shared with me films and books throughout time that really got me to this point where I'm at right now and inspired me and empowered me. And I want to offer that up to the community, and hopefully you find value in that as well. And so that's the $11 tier. And then obviously $22 tier is everything above. But with the $22 tier, you get the zine. And I'm so excited about announcing the zine, because next year we are going to have a survivor-centric media outlet, which is so exciting because I've dealt with just not so good experiences when it comes to media. It hasn't been survivor centric in any way. And I want to create that. That's something that's missing in the world. And I want to create survivor centric narratives, media, etc. And so the zine comes out next year. We got a bunch of journalists working on stories. So we're going to be covering all of the latest stories, but through a survivor-centric narrative. And it's super exciting. So you'll get the first digital zine and a special thanks. And then moving on, I think for the 33, it's a whole bunch of other things as well, but a healing circle that we're going to be doing once a month, journaling. I really want to balance everything, because we're talking about a lot of heavy topics, obviously, and I want to make sure that we're balancing it out. And it's really important to me. So we'll have a healing circle. We'll have people coming in who want to donate their time to, creating a safe healing space for us survivors. And I'm really looking forward to that. And then we got the 44, which is basically everything from above, and you get a protest sign that's sent to you, and just all very exciting. We're like really building this community now and getting everyone involved. And it's just really, really wonderful to be here. And I'm so, so, so grateful. So that's the Patreon. And moving on, I'm excited to show this. So we have the ePredators.com merchandise, and it's been so nice. There's been so many sweet sales in the last few days of individuals getting ePredators merch, and I get so many sweet DMs, messages about how they've had some interesting conversations with random strangers in regards to it, and it's a great way to spread awareness for Power to Survivors. And we just added recently some winter gear, which I'm very excited about. I'm waiting for mine in the mail. It's Power to Survivors hoodies, which is what we're all about, is giving the power back to survivors. And a crew neck, which is the one that I personally ordered. So I'm super excited to wear that. I'm really excited, honestly. I'm like, when is it coming? When is it coming? And then the t-shirt as well, which I'm super excited about. And we changed the font, and just so wonderful, because I feel like we're now in an era where we can genuinely say that it's time to give the power back to survivors. And survivors deserve to be empowered and to get their power back. And let's spread the word. Let's spread awareness. And this really helps this all be sustainable. And I really could not do this without all of you. And so I really, 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 really appreciate it. And you mean the world to me. Really, this is like a dream. I still can't believe I'm even here. This is like everything I wanted, kind of, that I was looking for. And I'm like slowly trying to build it. And it's just so wonderful to build it with you all. I feel like I'm in a dream, honestly, with this community. This community has inspired me and personally empowered me in so many ways. I am forever grateful for every single person here. So, and then we did the Britney Spears book club, but now we're moving on to Jeanette McCurdy's Hard Feelings for the Chef's Kiss. And so we're going to be listening to Jeanette McCurdy's podcast called Hard Feelings. We'll listen to each episode, and we'll be discussing our own hard feelings and communicating with one another, empowering one another. And I'm really looking forward to that, because the Britney Spears book club was amazing. If you become a member of the Chef's Kiss, you can watch all of the other group gatherings that we did for the Britney Spears book club. So just to note that. But then now moving forward, we're doing Jeanette McCurdy. And it's so wonderful because I really want to use this platform to highlight survivors Like, highlight survivors and listen to them and what they have to say and cherish them. That's really what this is about. Oh my God, someone else gifts something. Another gifted one Alexa Nikolas membership. That's so sweet. Holiday season. Happy holidays. So yeah, it's all about that. And I wanted to say also, every Thursday now, I will be highlighting a survivor of the week. And I'm really looking forward to that because obviously we talk about a lot of mainstream media, survivors. And I never, ever want any of us to lose sight of the survivors everywhere out there that, want their voices to be heard. And so I've gotten a bunch of emails already, but just to remind everyone, please send an email to epredators@gmail.com with the subject title saying Survivor of the Week, and share something about yourself. It could be a little bit of your trauma. It could be something that's empowered you, a little bit about you. And at the end of the email, just say, I give consent to Alexa Nikolas to talk about this on her show. And I want this to be completely consensual, obviously. And I'm really happy to hear more from you and to celebrate you. Because survivors deserve to be celebrated. We really do. We survived a lot. And every single one of our voices matter. And so I want to make sure that we're doing that weekly and that this community is really building and that we really truly cherish one another, because that's what I want to see in the world. So yeah, so now I gave you my whole beginning of the show. Welcome, Maddie. Wait, is there someone new? Hi, Nat. Also, hi, Nat. Hi, Mariah. Okay, so we're going into this freaking Matt Rife dude. And honestly, the problem that I have with Matt Rife is bigger than just Matt Rife. It's the patriarchy in particular has broomed the world into thinking that it's okay to laugh at people's trauma, to trigger them for a laugh, because the joke is worth the trigger. And, being a survivor, I honestly cannot tell you how many times personally that I have showed up to, some type of event, or even, here's a small little story here. When I was on my honeymoon, I went to Cabo San Lucas with my husband and my daughter, and I went to this little shop and I was getting things for Nova and I was getting stuff for myself, and my Predators song started playing in the store, and my whole body froze, and I couldn't even move, and I couldn't even continue looking at all the cute things that I wanted to get for Nova or maybe even for myself. And I obviously then turned to the woman. I was like, can you please turn this off now? I can't tell you why, but please turn this off. And, that's just one out of the many experiences I've had. And that's why it's really important for survivors out there with high profile alleged predators to be seen and heard, because sometimes for other survivors, not always, but they can avoid, obviously, contact with them, and hopefully, and they don't have to hear them echoing in a yoga class or in a restaurant, or, turning on the television, seeing a thumbnail with them for a film. This all triggers survivors, and it also robs us of our joy. Because now, even when I see another survivor's alleged predator showing up on a thumbnail or in my playlist or whatever, it triggers me and my personal trauma. And this is something we don't talk about. And that's why I really want to create a world where we're conscious and respectful and compassionate towards survivors' triggers and their trauma. Because it's not even about their own individual experience. We're all connected. We're all so truly connected. And it's a sad thing, to be quite honest with you, why we're all connected, but it can be a beautiful and empowering thing. And that's what I'm personally realizing with this community, is how beautiful it can be, how we can change the world together, that we can actually get people to understand us and let the world listen to who we are and what we have to say. And so, you know, the patriarchy allows this type of behavior that disregards everyone else but what is in favor of the patriarchy. And they think it's okay to laugh at someone's trauma, to laugh at DV, to laugh at SA, when we know as survivors that this is no laughing matter. We know how our lives have changed forever from what we've personally experienced. We've learned that. We have to deal with it every single day. And it's time for the world to show compassion for us and take our trauma seriously. And so listening to Matt Rife, it's honestly refreshing that there was so much backlash. I appreciate the backlash because it's almost 2024. We are really learning a lot. We are hopefully trying to be better human beings. We're unlearning a lot of things. We're re-educating ourselves, and times are changing. And this guy thought it was okay to bring something back from what some of the boomers maybe like to call the good old days, that we're trying to change and make better and rebuild. And he thought it was okay to do that. And even though he had mostly, apparently, a female fan base, you're like, okay, dude, so you had mostly a female fan base, and what you wanted to prove what exactly? That the patriarchy is still strong and the patriarchy still dominates. And you know, that's really what I felt there, is that he's trying to reinstate something that all of us that care about other human life want to dismantle and rebuild. And let's just say Matt Rife is not part of the dinner party. Matt Rife is on the menu today instead. Matt Rife, oh my God, I was not ready for that. I was honestly not ready for that. So that's Matt Rife, everyone. That's him right there. He's changed a lot over the years, I guess, which is no shame, but he's changed a lot over the years. And he recently, let's look at his is there a Wikipedia here? Where is his Wikipedia? Get out of here. Oh, there it is. I see it. Let's check out his Wikipedia. So he's obviously an American comedian. Wow, this was him a little while ago. Whoa, he was born in 1995. Bro, what are you doing? Times are changing. You're younger than me. I shouldn't be more progressive than you. That's ridiculous. I'm like a mom of two and I'm 31. I'm more progressive than you, bro. That should not be the case. So this is Matt Rife. He's a comedian, American. His influences seem to be Dave Chappelle, which is interesting because obviously there are a lot of extreme problematic jokes that Dave Chappelle has done as well on Netflix. If I'm not getting this wrong, maybe people can remind me in the chat here about all of the problematic Dave Chappelle jokes on Netflix as well. Ricky Gervais, honestly pretty chill. I don't know if there's anything necessarily wrong with Ricky Gervais. I actually enjoy a lot of his commentary about certain things. So he also likes Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, and you know, these people, I guess, and from my recollection, I don't really remember any of them joking about DV. Maybe someone can find in the chat when Adam Sandler is making a joke out of a crime against innocent individuals. So that's Matt Rife. And then before going into this content, I wanted to show something that Matt Rife said that I thought was very, very interesting. He basically stated, because remember, he had like an all-female audience. He says here, One of the biggest misconceptions of things I get ridiculed online for is people are like, "Oh, he only has a female fan base." And also, what's wrong with females? Things have been mostly male, for fan bases for a long time, and look how that went. Look how that went. Look at where that went. In the beginning, yes, because I did blow up on TikTok, which is very female dominant. So I get that perspective. But when you come to the shows, I mean, it's 50-50. It's couples coming out, it's groups of dudes who are coming out. And that's the one thing that I wanted to tackle in this special. I was showing people that I like, despite what you think about me online, I don't pander my career to women. I would argue this special is way more for guys. I wonder why, bro. I wanted to make this special for everybody, but survivors. I pride myself on making my comedy for everybody. It's not for a specific demographic. I think if people would just give it a chance without going into it and being like, oh, only girls like him. This is already getting so patriarchal. Like, who doesn't want to wait? By the way, a lot of women around the world, which I think, is it mostly women, the population? I could be getting this wrong, but women drink water. Are you gonna not like water anymore because, a lot of women like water too and need water to survive? Like, what's the big deal that you have a lot of women? That might honestly be a compliment, in my opinion. That should maybe be a compliment, not something to be ashamed of or to think less of. Come on, dude, what year are we in? And also, I don't like that he's putting it into these gender, guy, girl. What about the queer community? Like, hello, it's not just guys and girls, bro. It's not ladies and gents anymore. We're in a whole new era. I think people just give it a chance, blah, blah, blah. Only girls like him, or people only like his face. That, by the way, has been, I'm not going to say anything. If you give it an opportunity, I think you like it. Well, you know what, Matt Rife? Let's just say I didn't like it. I honestly didn't like it at all because it felt like you were pandering towards and for the patriarchy. And this is not a male-female issue. I really want to say, I'm so over the male-female argument because we all matter here. And that's why I really try to, where am I? Oh, yeah. Survivorhood is powerful. I have like all gender symbol here because survivors are so many different individuals. And I'm personally kind of over the conversation when it comes to the gender debate, because I think the patriarchy is internalized even within women. I think everyone has internalized patriarchy. And it's not necessarily a specific gender issue, even though we can see that it favors obviously more those that identify as man and are men. That's not really the roots of the issue. And it's the patriarchy. And the patriarchy has so many faults. That's for another episode. But for me, he wasn't pandering even for men. He wasn't pandering towards women. He was pandering towards the patriarchy. And in my opinion, the patriarchy is about to become a fossil. It is slowly becoming unalive. Everyone is getting educated. Everyone's learning so much about the patriarchy, how we all are complicit in it. Doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. All of us have been complicit for many reasons. One of them being that we didn't even have the knowledge. I didn't even know what the word patriarchy was, guys, by the way, until I was like 26 years old. I have a friend named Kelsey, and she was like, the patriarchy. And I was like, what's the patriarchy? And Kelsey, my really good friend, she told me what the patriarchy was. I didn't even know until my mid-20s. So, but still, I was upholding the patriarchy. And the patriarchy upholds itself. And it is problematic because it gets us to divide, it mistreats individuals, human life. It gets us to argue with one another when it's so much better for us to come together and make change. There's so many issues with it. But for me, what I first heard on his Netflix special was the patriarchy. Plain and simple, that's what it was. And it was the patriarchy that was laughing, and honestly, no one else. It was even internalized patriarchy laughing, and no one else. And people forget that survivors are your customers. Survivors are your audience. And that's why visibility for survivors is so important. We need visibility because we are actually paying for these tickets, some of us. We're actually uplifting a lot of these individuals through our financial contributions. And we deserve to be seen and heard, and at the very least, respected. At the very least, survivors deserve to be respected. And he seemed to forget. He was so caught up in the man and woman thing. Funny dude, you really need to read a book. You're forgetting about survivors, which is not even a gender issue, man. It's a very, very serious issue that's affecting so many individuals around the globe. And he didn't think for 1 second to respect survivors. And we want to go out sometimes to a comedy show and laugh because we want to laugh and we want to have a nice night. We do not deserve to be triggered. We don't, especially when we're paying for that ticket. And so visibility for survivors really, really matters. Matt Rife. Hey, he'll never watch this, but hi, dude. Yeah, survivors are everywhere. We're your customers, we're your audience, and it's time for you to respect us. So I'm going to go through this reel with you guys. We're going to go through past and all the way up to the present. I'm going to make some commentary as we go along. I'm kind of scared. My husband put it together last night. I'm like, I don't know if I can even handle this per se, but we'll go through it. Adam's going to be streaming it on his computer since we couldn't get certain things fixed. But we'll be pausing along the way. And it's just like, stop making jokes out of survivors. Trauma? It's not a joke. It's not a joke. And we don't deserve to hear a whole room laugh at us. We don't. We don't deserve any room to be, or even encouraging anyone to laugh at us. Power to survivors, everyone. I'm nervous too. Okay. Ah! Oh my God. Ben Shapiro looks like he's in a trip. By the way, Ben Shapiro, that's another episode. Well, maybe we'll talk about Ben Shapiro one day, but like, he is an apologist. He has his own issues here. So of course he's making his own commentary on Matt Rife's video here. So let's go into it. Is it playing?
He's in a Pez.
I don't have time to like hang out with any girls because I'm never anywhere, dude. And after shows, I'm not getting done till like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. sometimes, and I'm on no sleep. I'm just drained, exhausted. So I'm like, I have to go to sleep or I'm going to.
There's a rumor you kept your Plan Bs in a Pez dispenser, and you just be like, here you go. And they take them and you head out.
I'll crush them up a little
Hold on. Okay. First of all, I just need to say something. Plan B in a Pez dispenser. Who are the people that you are having a night with? Children? What a weird take on that. Plan B in a Pez dispensary. And what I find very strange about that is that we're still seem to be in the early 2000s where dudes think it's okay to make women have to take medicine and possibly put a lot of effect on their own bodies. Like, it's not like these things are necessarily fully good for women. There's a lot of side effects to even BC, for example, and Plan B. And dudes are just like, what? You're handing it out to all of them? Why don't you just use blank? By the way, that would be a nice starter there, so that you're not having to put other people's bodies at risk to certain things. Because I also know there's people out there that can't even take these things because of their own health. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? You're making a joke now about how much Plan B you hand out? All right, I don't even find that funny. I hate Plan B. I mean, Plan B I've had to use before, but it makes me nauseous. There's so many side effects to Plan B. Like, dudes don't even get this shit, by the way. I don't even know what it's like to take Plan B. How about you take Plan B, bro?
Yeah.
Time to time, and put them in pixie sticks.
My mom said you even with her. She didn't even know. Like, that's how many girls you're going through.
Well, yeah, of course. I didn't know it was your mom.
You did. She weirdly screams my name during. So.
The girl with massive. I'm like, yo, that's pretty close.
Hold on. By the way, is Ben Shapiro legit laughing at this? Of course Ben Shapiro would find this person. He's like, this is right up my alley. I'm an apologist. I love the patriarchy. I'm all about upholding patriarchy. That's my job. What is it, Daily Wire or whatever? Daily Wire is like one true upholding monument of the patriarchy. And of course he finds, he's like, let's laugh at moms getting blanked, and let's make moms a joke, and let's make jokes about Plan B and Pez and what? Okay, go on.
I'm supposed to you or thumb wrestle. Like, I don't know.
I mean, both, honestly.
I don't love a giant. I don't want to look down and feel like they're like God left a tag on you.
What's your favorite position, man?
On top, missionary.
Wait. Hold on. Is he doing body shaming about blank, blank, blank? And saying, I don't want to see, like, God left a tag on you? You know what's so interesting? It's very rare that we see women, for example, saying really anything about D's. It's rare. I mean, sure, there's commentary on it. But for the most part, it really seems like these douchebags like Matt Rife really love to body shame. And what does body shaming do? If we are so concerned about how we are seen by others, we're going to be so focused on that we're going to be distracted from our lives and the things that we can actually do with not our body, but our voices and our mind. It gets us so fixated and focused on the body and not on our voices and our mind. And I have a problem with that, because that's really what ends up happening, or at least has happened for so many women out there for hundreds of years, is that we're so distracted by how we look to the patriarchy. You know, do we look good enough for you? Like, we're so focused on that sometimes we can forget our power. And I really think a lot of that is implemented because of that. I think there is a hidden agenda there that's in the roots of everything, that's trying to get us to forget our power. You know, if we were talking about sizes of D and talking about this, which I think is also not okay. But if we were doing that regularly, and advertisement was highlighting that type of perspective, I feel like men might have been super focused on that and not focused on the things that we can do as human beings. And it's just very disappointing, because anytime someone's trying to put us into a box of just either our body, whatever, that is a way to minimize our voices and to distract us from what we are actually capable of doing in this world. What's more important is our minds and our voices, not how we look to someone like Matt Rife. Sorry that, sorry, I don't care if I'm effable, Matt Rife. I could really care less, buddy.
over, so that way it's like they're on their side a bit. So that way it's like you're hitting it from the back, but you're still getting face action.
Yeah.
That way you still reach your hand
some
up
twister
there.
shit,
Yeah, but you still get deep because you get and face
and neck.
It's a power position.
What would you call that? Like a wine opener?
The bop it, you can smack it, you can you can pull it, you can do everything. Can you say that?
Whoa, the bop it. First of all, what year is this? This is like the 80s when it comes to, I don't know, frat house behavior, or they call it like locker room. What does Samantha have to say? It's important to note that patriarchal beauty standards are rooted in preying on children. Very true. Women must be hairless, shorter, skinny, etc. I think about this all the time, to be quite honest with you, and very, very true. That was I really want to highlight that, because that is very fucking true. And what I find shocking about that specific clip is the fact that he is talking like it's 1982, where frat houses, which by the way, we learned about Brian Freeman. Can we get some Brian Freeman emojis into this chat? We learned about Brian Freeman's frat house, right? And we've learned about a lot of frat houses in general when it came to the R word and how rampant it actually is and was. And this locker room talk is really a way for the what I like to say, like the bro code, this bro code, to stay amongst them, so no one really knows what necessarily their motives are. And then when they go out into the world, they're able to implement and take action on what they're talking about with their bros in the frat house and in the locker rooms. People think it's just jokes or it's just chitter chatter. No. It ends up taking action. And not only does it end up taking action, it doesn't just take action, it also perpetuates other people thinking that that is okay. It hyper normalizes misogyny. It hyper normalizes ABUSE. It hyper normalizes predatory behavior. It starts there, and then look what happens when they go out into the world. And now with something like TikTok, for example, kids everywhere have access to TikTok, and they can hear that and think that that's okay. That we treat human beings like a bop it, like Twister. It's not even funny. It's also not even funny for sure, but it creates the thingification of something. It objectivize a human being. It makes them a game. It makes you think not as a human being, but as a toy. It is punching down. It's punching down. It's dehumanizing. It's thingification. It's objectification. And maybe he is this clueless, but maybe he doesn't even realize how powerful our voices truly are and how we use them and the implications that happen or follow from what we've said and who it can harm. Because if someone thinks of someone as just a bop it or a twister game, who knows how they're going to treat them? They can just pull them, bop it, stretch them, twist them. What about consent too? A bop it, you don't have to go and say, hey, is it okay if I twist you? Is it okay if this is so freaking weird. Bop it. A toy doesn't need that, but human beings do. And so I don't like that perpetuation of thingification, objectification, misogyny. It does create terrible results. Well, let's continue. There's Brian Freeman.
Damn! Okay. Hold on. You have a tattoo on your It's a seahorse? What's the significance of a seahorse on your My eyes eyes are up here.
Whoa, wait, did he just put, sorry, hold on. Did he just put his dirty ass shoe on this woman's butt here? Wait, I'm sorry. Just why touch her? I think like, okay, she's there and mad props to her, whatever, whatever. But to touch her with your dirty shoe, and it's like almost a kick. Like it's almost like it's on the verge there of just a little bit of forcefulness. And like, why touch her in general? Why touch her? What is he gonna say after this? I'm actually curious what he says after this. My eyes are up here. Yeah, bro.
Don't give me Me Too. I don't think so.
Don't give me Me Too, but dude, you just touched her. I had a feeling he was gonna say something about that. And it's so interesting that he did, but he still touched her. Did she allow you to, first of all, this is something that, let's do a little quick reminder, recap here. Just because someone's dressed a specific way, or they're dancing a specific way, or they're expressing their body in a certain way, does not mean you can touch them. Doesn't. It doesn't. And that's the patriarchy as well. It's like, oh, she was dressed that way. Oh, that individual was dressed that way. They were acting like this. Oh, they were dancing like this. Like, how could I stop myself? Like, they wanted it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No. People are able to express their bodies and have full autonomy over themselves. And it doesn't give you it's not an invitation. It's not an invitation to touch them. Ever. And I love that he starts to end it with, I don't want to get Me Too'd. Well, bro, you're kind of already Me Too'd. Like, why'd you touch her?
I'm a mom, but seahorses, the male.
Hey, that didn't make sense. She goes, well, first of all, I'm a mom. As you can tell, I've been in.
Okay. I don't know what the I'm a mom, as you can tell, means. I don't know if he's referencing the way that she's dressed and he's shaming on that. I'm not really sure what that was, but that was exactly what he was doing. He's like, oh, a mom, oh, you're a mom, like, and you're dressed like that. And then also I literally kind of tapped you with the bottom of my shoe. We were like, okay, it's not even funny. I'm sorry, Matt Rife is not funny to me. It's like not even good. It's not even good jokes. It's just lame. This guy's untalented, honestly, personally. That's what I think. It's a white guy.
Presenting the best food to stick your into. So banana peel, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've read online, allegedly, you can warm them up.
What's
I
the
dated a girl
temperature?
who would eat bananas by peeling it completely first and then eat, like, holding it raw.
Oh, that girl does something.
Dude, that girl got
Isn't that
scurvy like a
insane?
motherfucker.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's like grabbing a handful of fucking spaghetti.
dude,
like,
no.
like God gave you a tool to make sure your hand doesn't
That's
get
a
sick.
built-in
wild.
napkin.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that
No.
kind of turns me on.
Seven.
Did she spit on it?
That would have been concerning, and I also would have married her. So, yeah.
All right, next we got cooked pasta.
No.
And is it a compact jar of wet cooked pasta? Like, how do
There
you?
we go.
You said wet cook, man. I think I might be back in.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
sounds kinda-
Hold on. Sorry. Are we talking about like R-ing food? Like, wait. Are these dudes getting this is my joke of the day, for right this second. This desperate that they're thinking about what food they can stick their blank in? Like, I mean, I get why you're thinking about food. Because who the fuck is this? What are you like on a date? Samantha, sorry, made this point already, but want to highlight it. All the male characters in Promising Young Woman are portrayed by comedians. There's commentary in that. Interesting. Love you, Alexa, and the work you do. Thank you. Thank you so much, Megan. So nice to see you. Why are you thinking about putting your blank in food? I'm sorry. That alone is like, how old? When I look at food, I think I'm either gonna eat this. This looks good to eat, or I'm gonna fucking not eat this, to be quite honest with you. I don't look at food and think about, can I do it? I'm trying to think about the way to say this on YouTube. I don't think about doing food. I think about eating food. Food is life. I need it. I need it to survive, to be quite honest with you. And also, you know what's so funny about these white males? Is that they're thinking about effing food when a lot of people need food in the world. It's so interesting to hear their privilege. Ah, the pasta, like I put my D in it. Oh, what, a pumpkin? Oh yeah, a banana, a fucking this, a fucking that. While people are literally starving in the world and just want to eat the fucking goddamn food. But they're sitting around in a circle laughing about where they can, what's wet enough food-wise to, it is a circle jerk. It's a CJ.
Room temp?
That seems doable.
Lasagna?
Like a shepherd's pie or something.
Shepherd's pie would get
Cantaloupe.
Whoa.
Classic.
yeah, 100%.
Cantaloupes,
Yeah,
they
it's so
got
juicy.
Well, they got grip on it too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
And finally, we have cucumber.
I feel like
Question:
it would
Where?
fuck me,
How?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually going through a breakup right now with a girl that I was like, fuck, this might be it.
Yeah, you're still young.
I know, but like, dude, everything was great until it wasn't. Like, every single thing about her, I was like, fuck this. Like, this could be my wife.
Well, then what was the thing that?
Man, I messed up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then her reaction to that mess up made it 1,000 times worse.
That's really important.
Talking shit about exes, I think.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was I reading that properly? Is it just because everything was going right, but her reaction was 1,000 times worse? What the fuck was the reaction? Was she talking about effing shepherd's pie? Is that what? Was she talking about effing shepherd's pie or giving Plan Bs out in Pez dispensers? No? I really doubt it was that appalling. I really, really doubt that. I already don't like this guy, Alexa. Someone says I don't like him either.
I'll tell you what's a bigger red flag than that, still being friends with your ex. I can't tell you how many girls I've dated that the entire relationship, they go, I can't block him, like we're still friends.
Oh, true.
Who wakes up every
Matt Rife, puberty doesn't happen in your late 20s, bro. I think that's very sweet that you are, trying to be very quiet about your, but that's not how puberty works. It's usually around the age of your teen years. Sure, there's a little bit of change in maybe your very early 20s, a little bit. But all I know is that a lot of my friends that are dudes, for example, they look pretty much the same. Like there's no drastic change. Like their jawline doesn't get like chiseled down out of nowhere or like completely change. That usually happens with some type of outside help. But it's interesting that you're trying to be all sweet here. And
that. He's body shaming me. Cancel Matt Rife. You can't cancel me. I'm not your gym membership. Get the off my feet then. You can talk your to me online as much.
Okay, I do have a little bit of a comment here. If you are trying to praise individuals and be like, you have a very short life and you deserve this and that, then maybe it would be smart to respect everyone's short life including survivors that are your audience, your customers really, and not try to ruin their night where they want to go out and laugh. Just like a little bit of advice there. Like, just maybe it would be nice to think about them and not say something that ruins their night and becomes a waste of their time. But let's see what he has to say. Cancel. What about cancel? I hate cancel culture. It's like,
say whatever mean, hurtful things you want to say to try to hurt my feelings, but just know I'm gonna you up verbally. My goal is to now make you cry. Like, I'm gonna win this battle every time. So when I hit you harder than you hit me first, don't act like you're the victim, okay? That's my biggest pet peeve in the entire internet. And
hey, Matt.
Probably.
Hey, Matt, what happens though when you did do it first? Just curious though. I think this is from the Netflix special that we're watching right now. You disrespected DV survivors everywhere with that comment that you'd made on your Netflix show. And so what? And then I've learned about you that when you pretended to apologize, because by the way, these individuals for some reason hate apologizing, and I still don't get it. There's really no big deal with saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. Even that's lame, but like, whatever, an apology. Instead, he will play this later, but he did the worst response, honestly, when it came to an apology towards the DV survivors out there everywhere. He did not give a shit about them. He kept digging harder, and it's like, why? Why are you saying that we're not the real victims here? Do you really think that survivors aren't victims? And we're supposed to be, what, ashamed that we are victims? Like, it's just kind of weird to me. It's like, dude, you were the one to legit throw a stone at survivors. And so if they say something about you, they have every right to. Don't throw shade on people speaking up about what hurts them. I'm done with that society. I'm so done with it. People have feelings. They feel things. It's not that the whole world revolves, but it's that we can also understand one another and know that when something's severe enough, obviously, that we don't want to perpetuate that type of behavior that was done to someone like that, that's expressing their hurt feelings. We don't want to do that. We don't want to perpetuate it. What did someone say here? He's just not funny at all. When you have to use vulnerable groups of people for humor, it just shows you can't think of original stuff. Totally not. 100%. He's got no jokes. He is honestly, I guess, thank God for TikTok. I don't know where he would be without TikTok, honestly. I don't think this guy would have a career.
Probably the best example of that was throughout this Twitter interaction when all this backpack shit was going on. I'm arguing with people. We're going roast for roast, just really having some fun, wasting time. I was having fun with it. And then there was this one woman, took it too far. She would not shut the up, dude. She, by herself, probably tweeted me like 60 to 70 times. Whether I responded or not, and I responded to a lot of them, but not all of them, obviously. And she was one of those people, right? She saw everybody getting their licking. She wanted to be a part of that. So she started saying meaner and meaner and meaner things, expecting no
like your DV
consequences.
joke?
And I didn't really care.
What's meaner, bro, honestly, than your DV joke? Or like actually what you did when it came to the helmets. Like, you're mean, bro. You're mean. You're mean. You're not that funny. Honestly, you haven't made me laugh fucking once. And you haven't even said the DV thing. Like, none of this is honestly funny. You're just talking about wanting to put your blank in food while people are starving around the world. You're dehumanizing women. You're dehumanizing DV survivors. Like, you're a joke. Your existence is actually more of a joke than any of your jokes. So let's go, bro. What else do you have to say?
Until her last tweet. The last tweet I just couldn't let slide, man. The last thing she said to me was, I don't understand why you have to be such an insubordinate, crybaby little
Is this real?
Should I just have blocked her? My publicist says yes. But I was so sick of being ganged up on 1v700. She was being very mean. She started it.
This is so not funny. He is such a bad comedian. By the way,
Just
bad
based off
comedian.
Of her profile photo, she was a heavier set woman. All I said, in defense of myself, was, well, had you not been taking up 2 seats, there would have been room for me to safely secure my backpack in another chair. That's all I said, which statistically is not incorrect. But as we all know, everybody wants to be a victim now, right? So how did she, the person who started it, react? Ooh, how could he say something like that? He's body shaming me. Cancel Matt Rife. Bitch, you can't cancel me. I'm not your gym membership. Get the f off my feet then.
Whoa, this guy is so lame. This guy is just like legit not funny. He can't even blame the DV situation, honestly, about why his career is going to fail. You just show the world you're not funny. You're boring, honestly. You don't have anything, honestly, outside of TikTok, I guess. You're not that smart. Sorry. You're really not. Like, you're not like blowing I feel like a comedian, someone who like can make people laugh, they have to also be fairly intelligent. It totally sounds like a laugh track. I wonder, what did CAA ADR your laugh track, Bo? Like, did they really?
The hostess who would seat you at the restaurant had a
Oh, here we go.
a full. It wasn't like, what happened? Yeah, it was pretty obvious what happened. And we couldn't get over the fact that we're like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is who you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that.
That laugh track is so real. That does not sound like even the room of where he's performing. Like the audio like switches over and it legit doesn't even sound like the room, to be quite honest with you. First of all, I'm not sure where you learned comedy, if it was from Adam Sandler, if it was from Jim Carrey, if it was from, I'm kind of learning more that it was probably from Dave Chappelle, to be quite honest with you. But I don't think that in almost 2024, as a younger guy, what was he born, 1994, who's on the internet, that you don't think for a second how this could affect those that are supporting you. If your comedy doesn't think about the community that is supporting you, maybe, I guess, you're just as bad of a comedian as you are a businessman? Probably. That's probably the case. You're probably bad at comedy and not that good of a businessman. But I also really wonder, did his agents see the script? Like, usually these comedians, by the way, they have to get these jokes like shown to executives, to Netflix, to whoever, and they also practice the jokes and see how they, hit, whatever. I'm very curious because I saw that he's represented by CAA, and we all know as survivors how we feel about CAA because CAA was behind Time's Up, and CAA, I think, if I remember correctly, that I have to look it up here. Hold on a second. But CAA, I'm pretty sure, were they sued or were they mentioned recently. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Julia Ormond sues Harvey Weinstein for BATTERY. It's fine. CAA and Disney as enablers of SA. And this was an earlier story. This was before Cassie's, and it's really important to read this article because I guess allegedly CAA knew and didn't really do anything. And this is what happens per usual when it comes to, do we still have that 5 layers? Maybe we don't right now, but you do? Okay, yeah. Let's pull up those 5 layers because this is the enabling issue that I try to talk about a lot. Because these individuals, like someone like Matt Rife, would not feel like he had the privilege to do something like this if he wasn't supported by blank, 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 blank. And so again, just remember when people are like, oh, survivors are just coming forward because they want all the attention. Yeah, man, like they want to fucking face this shit, this monstrosity, this monolith, like they want to face this. So like survivors on the bottom, they have to face the enablers. They then have to face the alleged predators, and then the media, and then the lawyers, and then the institutions. But people forget how much power these enablers have. People think, oh, enabling, like, should we really get that mad at them? Like, are they really the issue? They're part of the issue. They're part of the issue. It's not like, they're not obviously the institutions per se, but they are helping protect the institutions that are covering up for these alleged predators. These individuals that perpetuate ABUSC or perpetuate misogyny or, homophobia, et cetera. Like these individuals help protect that narrative, this narrative that we are really trying to get rid of and create a new beautiful narrative where people feel included and their voices matter, et cetera. But CAA is, I guess, in the middle of a lawsuit. Let's see here. Here's CAA. After the alleged Orman informed her agents Brian Lord and Kevin Huvane what had happened with Weinstein, according to the lawsuit, which states that CAA agents cautioned her from speaking out and did not protect her. This is why this is so important to me. Because you know who gets protected time and time and time again? The bad guys. The bad guys are constantly getting protected and the survivors are thrown to the wayside. Oh, don't be a victim. Oh, she's in her victimhood. Oh, she or he or they're just triggered, They think everything's like this. They don't get a joke. They don't get business. We get it. We get it. We don't like how you do business. We don't think it's safe for people how you do business. And that's really what it's about. It's not about us like not getting it or that we're too triggered to understand or that we're too emotional as survivors to comprehend. No, bro. No. We don't like how you do business. The way that you do business is harmful and sometimes a crime, by the way. It's sometimes a freaking crime. So she's saying here that CAA did not protect her. Lord and Huvane, who today are still co-chairmen of CAA, are not named as defendants, but are frequently mentioned throughout Orman's suit as her representatives at the time. And it's so sad because you must remember that means that Ormond was giving 10% probably of her check to Brian and Kevin, to CAA. And CAA is making money off of her and not protecting her. Actually discouraged her from coming forward. And that's what the enablers do. They protect the bad guys that are making money for the company. The survivors do not matter to them. And I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, if, Matt Rife's agents are, impartial to what he did. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all whatsoever, because that is the history of these enablers, these companies, is that they really don't care about people's safety or people's feelings when it matters. They truly do not care. And it's really time for change. It's time for us to care about the impact that our words have on human life, what it means to say something, what it creates. And it's so interesting. These individuals love to be powerful and flex their power. But then when we tell them, hey, you are powerful and you're so powerful, this is the implications of your power, they're like, we don't have that kind of power. Like, oh, you think it really, like, we're responsible for the outcome of this and that? It's so interesting. They only want to hold on to their power when they're obviously in control of the narrative of it. But then when other people have an opinion about how their power affects other individuals, all of a sudden it's, oh, what? You're making a big deal out of this. I don't hold that much power. They do. They do hold that much power because we're all creating a culture. We all are. With our words and our friendships and our connections, we do create a culture. We do. And it's time for us to take responsibility when it comes to what we can create and what we can get rid of. It's just time for that. And so, you know, honestly, that's my opinion about Matt Rife. I just feel like he's not funny. He's really not funny. I want to see more non-white males getting better, you know, opportunities than this bro, because he's not that funny. He wants us to think that his face is that way because, you know, of puberty, which is like, I have no problem with someone doing, you know, plastic surgery, etc. I have no shame on that. But bro, you're trying to like convince us that it's puberty. I don't know if it's puberty. Whatever though. Doesn't matter. The point is, I don't think he's that funny. I think he did prey on his female fans to gain them. Apparently his manager is a female, so that makes a little bit of sense. And it seems like he preyed on them, and then once he got them, he thought he could jump ship and uphold the patriarchy. He wants to say it was for men, which for sure, yeah, men do uphold the patriarchy the most, to be quite honest with you. But really, he was upholding the patriarchy and giving into it and thought that it was going to give him more money and more power and more props. But honestly, it really backfired. And it's great to see that it backfired. It's great to see that it backfired because this type of behavior is unacceptable. Time for things that are actually funny, things that are respectful to other people. Oh, wait, what did he do again? It was the special, what did he do? Where was that? Where was that? Let me see if I can find it. Backlash over, yes, special needs helmets. So when Matt Rife aired his terrible, not funny Netflix special, he put in his Instagram stories, like, if you want to see my apology, hit, like, click this link or whatever. And it legit, where is it? Here we go. Where did it not? Wait, did it not show it? It goes to these helmets for special needs. Wait, Olivia, extremely well said, Alexa. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Olivia. Thank you so much. It goes to these helmets, and it's like, bro, you just went one notch. You are just the problem. You're not even funny. You're not the joke. You're just the problem. You like hurting people's feelings, not caring about people whatsoever. And maybe you should care about people more, though, because they are the ones who are supporting you and giving you the lifestyle that you currently have. And wouldn't you want to share the respect towards them as well? It doesn't make any sense. So in my opinion, it seems like Matt Rife is honestly done. He seemed to ruin his life for no laughs, which is so embarrassing. He chose the patriarchy over being a good human being and doing the right frickin' thing. And honestly, it's nice to see it. It's nice to see some type of accountability, even though he's not saying sorry or anything. But it's nice to see the community get involved and stand up for people that maybe feel insecure to say how they feel about it. And instead, people stood up, said that it was wrong, and I don't think Matt Rife's gonna have a new Netflix special anytime soon. I would be shocked. Is Netflix gotta get their shit together too, because Dave Chappelle's whole thing was, whoa, and then we got, you know, Matt Rife here. Netflix, I don't want to have to protest you anytime soon, so I don't want to have to protest, so get your shit together. And, you know, stop perpetuating enabler culture, ABUSE, making fun of trauma, making fun of DV. Did you see his response to the plastic surgeon, TT? No. Made a joke without naming him and Matt got super offended. No. Wait, Matt responded to, so wait, was that not his plastic surgeon, by the way, guys? I thought it was his plastic surgeon. Was a guy just making a joke and then Matt actually got pissed because he wants to still talk about puberty? Like, I swear, you guys, I swear it's puberty. Puberty happened to me at 27. Sorry, it's so silly when guys like try to mansplain stuff. You're like, what? Eat Matt Rife. He is officially was on the menu and now we have no more. We have no more Matt Rife to even serve. Netflix, get it together. Hey, Melanie. I want to see that. So wait, what did he say? Wait, who was that said, Samantha, what did Matt say back to the plastic surgeon? I'm so curious. It's giving Colleen. Is Mike getting emotional? Thought that wasn't allowed. Yeah, is he playing the victim? Is he playing the victim? Are you playing the victim, Matt? But didn't you swing first, as you like to say? And what happens when you swing first? You can't, what, get upset when someone claps back? Funny. See how it works only for them? And you know what I mean? It works for them, but not when it's actually them who is being poked and prodded, honestly. Well, I don't see what did Samantha say. It was totally a joke, and Matt commented, lying about medical stuff is illegal. Stop. He did not say it's illegal. No, first of all, Matt, I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong here, but I'm pretty positive that talking about someone's medical, you know, like leaking medical information about someone is illegal. I don't know if talking about plastic surgery, for example, is necessarily illegal. And it was just so obviously like a TikTok or like a reel so that this guy can get more views for his own business or whatever. Why are you so sensitive? You know what's also illegal, Matt? DV. Yeah, that's right, man. DV is illegal. Yeah, it honestly is. And it's an actual serious offense. It's a serious crime. And you thought it was okay to make fun of the victims, the survivors of DV. And you didn't care. You didn't care about that. But when someone just makes a small little joke here, as you like to say, about your jawline, all of a sudden, it's illegal to do that. That's good to know, Matt. Poor Matt. He's just playing the victim. It's okay, Matt. It's okay. You'll be all right. I don't know if you're going to have another Netflix special, but there's always TikTok, right? And maybe you can talk about, I don't know, what things in the tool shed to stick your blank in or something else, you know, and have your comeback career happen that way. God, that guy's gross. Honestly, not funny. He's blocking people for what? He's blocking people for jabbing at him for not taking the joke. That again didn't even name him. What? Wait, he's a Chrissy Carlson Romano. Wait, we got the vulnerable emojis for everyone in the chat. Definitely put those through. So he's blocking people. See how interesting it is? I find it very interesting because these individuals seem to not understand when survivors are triggered from actual trauma, like actual trauma, something that happened to them. But for them, if they're insecure about their jawline, it's all of a sudden an offense and illegal, etc. It's like, if you can understand your jawline offense, how do you not understand DV survivors, bro? It makes no fucking sense. There it is. Vulnerable. There it is. Matt's being all vulnerable, I guess. Matt is all vulnerable. Poor Matt. Bye, Matt. We'll see how you survive any of this. And hopefully you understand what you did wrong one day and not focus on the plastic surgeon that's, I don't know, saying a silly, stupid joke here, and focus on the things that actually matter, like survivors being totally offended by your behavior. And you should make an apology and do the right thing if you want your career back. If you want your career back, maybe that's going to be the bait. Matt, you want a Netflix special again? Then maybe it's time to make an apology. How sad. So sad. You are worthy, Jaden. You are so worthy. So yeah, so that's the end of Matt Rife, I guess. And I'm personally not interested in whatever he has coming out next. I don't even think he has something coming out next. But we'll see what happens with him. We'll keep an eye on him. And what do we got? Oh, I did say I was going to tell you. I got some interesting news about Jamie Lynn Spears and the BTS behind the reboot and Dan Schneider, etc. And I am blown away, to say the least, about what I learned and what I've found out by another individual with proof of it all. And so I think I'm going to be covering this on Monday, because I'm going to be talking to this individual privately via Zoom and discuss everything. But you guys, this is not good. It's honestly not good for multiple different reasons. But yeah, so I'll be talking about that on Monday. And I'm trying to think, what are we doing tomorrow? I know that it has to do with UTA. I think we're going to be talking a little bit about CAA and the basketball player. What's his fucking name? I always forget all of their names. I get all of their names wrong anyways, to be quite honest with you. It's Matt Rife, it's Mike Rife, but it's the NBA basketball player minor. What's his name? Investigating. Is it Josh Giddey? Josh Giddey. I will definitely be covering Josh Giddey tomorrow, because that whole thing freaked me out. I don't know if anyone's been seeing on Twitter the whole Josh Giddey thing, but it's really bad. And I guess he's being currently investigated. Has to do with minors. Just so gross. So gross. So we'll be covering that tomorrow, and that's about it. And please just remember in the Reddit to like show any type of decompression content that you would like me to share, so we can actually laugh about something that doesn't harm anybody. So please remember in the Reddit. And we got BASSNECTAR protests at the end of the month. If you can please donate $1, donate anything to the Patreon, because we're trying to fly there and organize this protest against BASSNECTAR. He has very serious allegations. He's in the middle of a lawsuit. He has trials starting very, very soon. And it's very important for us survivors to unite together in New York and protest this show and let the audience know about these serious allegations. So if you can, please remember to donate to the Patreon. You guys matter. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And please remember decompression videos in the Reddit so I can start playing them. And I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, we're going to have our first Survivor of the Week tomorrow. I can't wait to highlight them. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, you guys. You're fine. Oh. Wait, what is it? Oh, shit. I was... No! Wait. Oh my God. That's Kelsey, by the way. I was talking about Kelsey earlier. That's legit Kelsey. Shout out to Kelsey. Kelsey's amazing. Maybe hopefully we're going to bring her on the show soon because she has a lot to say about the music industry and she's super awesome. But that was... I hate when guys like stare across the room and like you're trying to like not look at them, but then you start to like look at them to hopefully let them know to like not look at you anymore, and then it becomes like, wait, are they thinking that I'm looking at them because I want them to look at me, or are they getting that I'm looking at them because I want them to stop looking at me? You know what I mean? I'm glad I don't go out that much anymore. Thank God for the children. Bye, you guys.